Greenwich, Connecticut, 10:47 in the morning, Sunday, March 5th. I know it's March 5th because it is my 1-year anniversary with Lindsay. Our 1-year wedding anniversary, that is. Unfortunately, today I have to work. I'm doing a showcase that I do every year, which is basically a bar mitzvah and private event showcase. So a couple hundred families are gonna come through over the course of 4 hours, meet all the vendors, very similar to if you saw my NACA vlog last week, which is for the National Association for Campus Activities, where students come through from different colleges and want to book entertainment. This is a very, very similar thing, but for the local region in the tri-state area. Connecticut, New Jersey. I gotta turn, hopefully, oh, camera. So anyway, a couple hundred families are gonna be coming through over the course of today to meet vendors, people who do catering and DJs, and I'm gonna make this turn. Hang on, here we go. Ice sculptures and party games and all kinds of speed bump. So, like I was saying, they go all out for these events, and you're gonna see when I go in there, it's gonna be crazy. I'll do some magic for them, I'll show them some tricks, they'll take my brochures and my information maybe, and then tonight, anniversary dinner with Lindsay. I'm not gonna film that, we're just going to have some private time. So, hope you enjoy this, and let's get to it. Pretty much got my booth all set up here. I have about 35 minutes to go until everybody starts coming in, and then 4 hours of craziness. You guys have seen me do stuff like this before, so I'll walk you around the venue a little bit, show you what we're looking at. This guy has taken some of the best photos of me. The good news is I just did a trip around the entire place and I haven't seen a single other magician, which is very unusual for this event. Usually there's 2 or 3 of us here at least, which is no big deal, but it's good news for me today. I don't know why nobody else is here, but I'll take all the business, fine for me. Can't tell you how many bathroom stalls have changed in my life. Look at how much room I have. So we're gonna be across from each other. I gotta ask, what do you guys got going on here?
Actually, it's gonna be pretty cool. It's called Dragon Popcorn.
Dragon Popcorn, all right.
Use the liquid nitrogen with the popcorn, and from the heat from your mouth, the coolness from the popcorn will have a effect of a dragon popcorn come out of your mouth. So it's like a little magic trick too.
Ha! But we should be tag teaming this with magic. That's like we'll definitely be shouting that across.
Look at that guy.
What's your name?
John Franco.
I'm Brian. High five. So what do you do here?
Oh,
You working for your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were, how old are you?
12.
12, and you're working for your dad. Do you like working?
Yeah.
Yeah. You like this?
You get to eat popcorn.
You get to eat popcorn. "15 minutes till it all starts." Put it back on. People think that they would see me do it, but they never do the definition of fast. It has begun. already got 2 secured bookings on site. This is a huge success already. I've more than made back what I spent to be here, and I think it's going to end up being really good.
Focus on the sound. You was like, do you hear the sound?
The event was a huge success, at least for me. A good amount of people came through. I don't think as many as last year, but a good amount of people came through. I got 1 booking on site, 2 that are definitely confirming within the next few days, and then 12 or 13 people that were very interested, wanted more information. Some of them, their bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs were a little bit further off, a year and a half away, where they're still trying to figure things out. Some of them don't have the venue yet, so they don't want to book a magician without the venue. I just wanted to take a second to chat about something that I find myself thinking about when I'm at these types of showcases where you're in a booth and you're doing tricks to try to convince people to book you. And that is the question of, when is it okay, if ever, to sacrifice your creativity, sacrifice your art form for the sake of business? In 2010 to 2011, I worked as the exclusive magician for the comedy club at the largest casino in North America. The 2 hours before the show started, I would stand outside the front doors of the comedy club where people were walking by in the main hallway of the casino, and I would flag them down like I was on the street corner busking and pull them over and do some tricks for them. And after I did a couple of tricks, I would try to convince them to buy tickets for the show. And I hated it. I really hated it. It took what I considered an art form, my art, my passion, the thing I cared about more than anything in the world, which was magic. It took it and reduced it to a sales pitch. But by doing that, we got more people to come to the show, and when more people came to the show, we had bigger and better audiences for the thing that I cared about, which was my magic, my show. And that's very similar to what you've seen me do now a few times at NACA in previous vlogs, and what I just did today, which is using my magic for a sales pitch. In other words, I'm not doing the magic for magic's sake, or for art's sake, or for entertainment's sake. The people that I'm performing for, they are being entertained. They are getting magic. I'm still doing the tricks. I'm making the jokes. I'm doing the interaction, but with a different end goal. I'm doing it with the purpose of trying to get them to hire me. And that affects your wording. It affects... I'm less willing to take chances, for one thing. I'm less willing to take chances with my jokes and with comedy. I'm not, I don't do anything risque as a comedian or comedy performer. I mean, everything I do is family friendly, but still, there are certain whoa, that was a tight turn. Almost didn't make that one. There are certain types of jokes that are a little risky, so I'm less likely to take risks. And as soon as you stop taking risks, you give lesser performances. Great performance, great creative art always involves some amount of risk. And so when I find myself in this type of a situation where I'm using my magic as a means to an end, I find myself playing it very safe, just straight up the middle, do the tricks, make the safe jokes, because you don't want to... Say today, there's some, kids are mostly performing for the 12 and the 11, 12, 13-year-olds that are having their bar and bat mitzvahs. And so I'm trying to entertain them to get them excited about wanting me, because if they want me, the parents will be more likely to hire me, but the parents are the ones who hire me. So even if the kid loves me, but the parents think, he was good, but that one joke he said, I think maybe the grandparents who are going to be there, they're a little bit more traditional. They might not like if you made a joke like that. I'm not sure if we can try it. All of a sudden you lose it for that reason, because you don't, you're trying to play to so many different audiences. And so I guess what I'm saying is, it's okay to use your art as a means to an end if you make a living doing it, because you if you're not getting any bookings, then what good is your art? You're just sitting at home. If you're a magician, what good is your magic if nobody's hiring you, if nobody's seeing it? So sometimes you have to compromise. I try to do it as infrequently as possible in order to keep my schedule active while not completely losing who I am as a creator, who I am as a performer. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it though. Do you think it's appropriate or acceptable as a creative person, as an artist, as a performer, to do these types of events or do these types of gigs where you need to use your magic or your comedy or whatever, you're juggling, whatever you do, as a sales pitch primarily? What are your thoughts? What do you think? I'd love to hear it. Let me know in the comment section, and please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed it. And as always, my friends, remember, our world is a shared experience. Thanks very much for tuning in. It's a pleasure spending the time with you as always. I gotta watch the road. Have a great night. Honk, honk, honk.